Let's look at the last problem together. The patient is to receive 4/10 grams per kilogram of the drug Depacon. All right, so 4/10 of a gram per kilogram. So that tells me this drug is being administered based upon the patient's weight. The patient is to receive 4/10 of a gram per kilogram. If the patient weighs 150 pounds, how many milliliters, so that's our final form, milliliters, how many milliliters of Depacon should be administered? And I have a label that tells me about Depacon. And it says that there are 500 milligrams of Depacon in a 5 milliliter amount. So there are 500 milligrams of the drug in 5 milliliters of the liquid. Well, the first thing I should notice, in order to calculate the amount of drug, I have to use the patient's weight, and I have to use this rate of administration. But the rate of administration requires kilograms, and I have pounds. So I'm going to have to take the patient's weight in pounds and convert that first to kilograms. And the equivalence is that 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. So I need for pounds to disappear, and I need to be left with kilograms. So that would give me 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. Now I have the patient's weight in kilograms, so I can include the conversion that gets me to the amount of drug based upon the kilogram weight of the patient. So these two multiplications would be necessary for me to figure out the total amount of drug the patient should receive. But I'm to give it to them in milliliters, a liquid. And so I have to look at my equivalence that relates liquid measurement to the amount of drug. But that's in milligrams, and I have grams. So I'm going to have to convert from grams to milligrams, so then I can go from milligrams to milliliters. So I want grams to go away. I want to end up with milligrams. 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. So now the grams are gone. And now I can put one more conversion fraction in that will get me from the milligrams to the milliliters of liquid that I would administer to the patient. So I want milligrams to go away. I want to end up with milliliters. And 5 milliliters contain 500 milligrams of the drug. So we first of all calculated the total amount of drug by getting the patient's weight from pounds to kilograms, multiplying that number of kilograms times the rate of administration of the drug, 4/10 of a gram per kilogram. Then I converted grams to milligrams so I could use the equivalence that 5 milliliters of the liquid contained 5 milligrams of the drug. And milliliters of the liquid was what I wanted to know. And so when we perform all of the arithmetic that's here, we end up with 272.7. And so we would probably use that as 273 milliliters. We might not even have a device, a measuring device that could measure that accurately. We might just measure 270. We might have a device that has a mark at 270 and 275, so we would really be estimating what 273 was. So that's probably close enough precision for what we're going to be using to administer that drug.